bullish. My nipples do remain pegged, baby dolls. So what we've just seen recently in the pDAI community is one of the devs, right? One of the devs out there. So Mr. Surfacing has revealed that he's got fingernails painted of pDAI. Now, why this is important? So some people, right, they don't get it. They need to stop drinking their soy latte. They need to stop bending their backs and start straight in their posture. The whole point of discovering it is this point, okay? 24 hours ago, roughly 1 or 2 days ago, they were all taking a poop on pDAI and they were saying it was a dead meme and to just move on, all right? Now, mysteriously, we see a PulseChain Maker DAO resurrection prophecy, plus now we see pDAI fingernails painted. That's weird, man. You were saying it was dead before. Why are you, the same people saying it was dead, why are you now having a fingernail painted? It like leads you to believe, oh, maybe you've heard something, that something's coming on later on that you can't say because you're getting paid, that there's something else coming. Could be that. If you really thought something was a dead throwaway meme, would you really do that? And we also saw a sudden 180-degree attitude change from these PulseChain Maker conquerors. So the bandits, they've raided it. And they show positive affirmation of pDAI, Atropa, Maria as well, positive words. So the story is still ongoing, friends. And as well, we have seen there's a new protocol's come up, friends. I don't want to show screenshots or anything, but there's a new protocol. We don't know if it's the protocol or it's an example of stuff. So there's another, I think someone's done a MakerDAO redeployment. I don't know if they've changed anything. I don't know who they are. It's come out. It accepts pDAI's collateral. It's got something called pAI. I don't know how it works. Be careful about interacting with any of these. I'm just telling you, stuff is appearing. There's user interfaces. I don't know. There's no free money lurking anywhere. Just like let the community try to like figure it out. People do tests to see what it is. Maybe we'll get more bones thrown out here. But yeah, remember, friends, I do hyper fast, super explosive, high value content. It's fast. It's active. Okay, I don't wait like 3 days for these people to go, oh, how do I feel about this thing? Bro, move over. No one cares. Everyone's forgotten about that. It's crypto, okay? So, but with that though, I have to also be mindful. I can't just go like, cover this, because it could be taken advantage of. Okay, so obviously no crying in the casino, but as well, like when it comes to new experimental stuff, like what's the upside here? Like there really is none. Like if this thing is gonna work, you already know about pDAI anyway. Now here's the thing, it has had this little move up, very interesting. People declared it dead here again, and then it ran up almost a 4x, friends, as well. So hopefully it goes back to its price that it was around these joy auctions. It needs to go from right now, it needs to do another like 3.7x to get there. The liquidity is very, very, very thin. So not everybody can get back their positions. We'll see how it plays out. So you're seeing, friends, it looked like the story was dead. All these characters come out, and then like, look at this, friends. By the way, you know the fingernails? Look at this. The fingernails, it was accidental. We zoomed in on the fingernail, and everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It wasn't them. They're like, he typed on the corner of his screen. He was recording a video of him trying to get, he was talking about some fake Vietnamese kid pretending to be Vietnamese kids from the UK. And then we're like, whoa, you have a fingernail painted pDAI? And then he did show it. By the way, look at this. One of the fingernails is horizontal, almost like it's implying stable. I know, man. It's just what, friends, we're looking at this stuff. Like, bro, you were literally fighting it yesterday. Now you are putting this on. Explain. You tell me. And a clarification, that is Catty's husband as well, friends. There is an Easter egg left on Richard Hart's post. This is at the bottom of his extractor meme. It's 3 crosses on the hill. Easter Monday cross at the top of the hill, the green candle hill. Very, very wonderful to see. Happy Easter, the resurrection as well. More posty from Sir Nathaniel as well, talking about the 3 kings and the Magi, and these 3 dots out here could be, are they like a representative of Orion's belt? More mystery. Also, friends, remember, this is what we're here for. Big fat green candles. Let's crank it.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth.
So, heaven is a place on earth where we have friendship like each other, friends. Look, I've noticed that over the past month, okay, friends, everyone loves talking about me. They love talking about me. But notice something, right? They love talking about me. I don't like talking about them. I don't. Most people just totally ghosted. Why? See, the world doesn't need another soy boy getting wet over some attention. and being rewarded for being Soyboy scum. Okay, you skip leg day. You wear brown tarnished slippers, no fluff. You got a hunchback. Your pencil neck, your noodle arm. You stand for nothing. What is going on here? I don't know what's going on. And I'm not going to be watering that plant because it's scum. So strong believers will lead by example, friends. Okay? Eye on the prize. It doesn't matter what other people's opinion is. And my friend, Mr. You sexpat abroad. No crying in the casino. Also, no hating in the casino. Look, you're free to hate. But I'll just tell you, there's a reason why no one listens to you. There's a reason if I'm bored from your opinion. Because it's trash. Because you're going with the crowd all the time. So I don't need another person to go with the crowd. I just listen to the crowd. Yeah. It's kind of like there's a weatherman standing under a raining cloud and the weatherman saying, it's raining. I don't need the weatherman. Move. I'll just look at the cloud myself. You get it? Bears are smelly and they poop in the woods. The bull market is still on. Ha! Ha! Look at this. Come on. Rocky music. This is awesome. Thank you to Sommi Fan Token for doing this. Man, I've seen the AI really come together in the past year, man. It's been awesome. Also, something interesting from a guy who may or may not have made PulseChain. Maybe you recognize this guy's name. He said, when fighting scams, you must never speak their name. You only empower them if you do. Very interesting. Okay, this may or may not be related. He tweeted about pDAI 33 times in March. Very interesting. When fighting scams, never speak their name. Oh, he's not done, by the way. Look at this post he made. This is from past. This is Richard Hart posts. May I remind Hexicans that we ghost scams, trolls, and bad things. We don't mention them. Thus, we don't lead new victims to them. If you want to warn, do so generally. For instance, not your keys, not your coins. Often, a non-founders equals rug pull. Things like that. Interesting. There's a gentle sir inside my Telegram. Okay. When I posted that, okay, friends, have I mentioned any coin there? No. Has he mentioned any coin there? No. He hasn't said anything. Okay. As soon as he puts it in there, I put the post there. Sorry. The gentle sir in my Telegram. You know who you are, sir. He literally said, no, the pDAI thing is different this time. He's talking about an exploit, not a scam. And I said, sir, you're literally saying this time is different. He goes, yes, it is. This time is different. It's an exploit, not a scam. I'm like, all right, brother, we'll see. Because he recently made a tweet here, right? The amount of stupid in crypto is amazing, really. It should go without saying that you shouldn't promote things that have open exploits or say 100% of supply in a single address from exploiting without mentioning it. But some people really are that stupid. So, friends, this is what happened. So, Catty, she took over MakerDAO. She minted, remember the auction started? She minted all the pMaker. Remember what we guessed would happen? Someone was going to come in, mint the pMaker and stop and then shut and do whatever. Okay, but they didn't. They thought they were going to mint the pMaker, have majority voting control, and then stop. They didn't do that. It was just Catty comes out of nowhere. She mints all the pMaker, a new character, and then it's sitting in an address out here. But this is something really weird, man. So, friends, I don't have pMaker. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do have pMaker somewhere. So, but look, I'm not personally buying pMaker. I made this reply on the Richard. I go, bro, who's buying this maker and why? Why? Look at this, friends. It's uptrending. Now, of course, it's had the whole summer, but that's weird, man. All the supply owns. If this thing is dead, why aren't people just dumping the crap out of it? Why aren't they dumping the crap? I'm interested. Okay. Why are people actually doing that? I'd like an answer. That's why we don't know, right? Is a MakerDAO going to get a reboot? Is something else going to come? I have no idea. Curious, friends, it's literally, it's not like there's $2 of liquidity. There is $42,000 on the bid. All right, there's $42,000 on the bid. Look at the pulse ratio on it as well. Dude, this thing's been trending up. So obviously, someone's been accumulating this. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of the AMM is probably Richard's wallet, whatever, but still, you just think, hey, if everybody who owns it, click, sell, and leave, man. One address has like 10 trillion, quadrillion of these tokens. It's something to think about. Also something to think about. What is Ivan on Tech thinking about here? This is me on Caddy's shoulders at some sort of rave. This is Ivan out here. Wow, man, this is AI thing. It's going wild on here. It's going wild. Oh, here we have Sommi fan token as well. He's thinking about you, Sommi, and your friendship. Wow, man, look how good, man. Ivan really fits this Dumb and Dumber. Wow, and man, look how good that is, man. He looks exactly like him. He looks exactly like him. My gosh. I also want to show this. While all these cheap prices are here in these coins, friends, you still have, you got your usuals. The Bitcoin crash has begun. Yeah, always this. It's over, isn't it? It's always, hey, we had a red area. It's over. It's over. It's always that. Look, man, I don't care, bro. I don't care if we're down in 6 months from now. I'm still holding. I'm getting out when there's euphoria, so you can do what you want. And I don't care if you listen to me or not. I couldn't give a crap. It's kind of funny, man. Literally, friends, as soon as people said pDAI was dead, it went up 40%. Like, just literally instantly. Okay, more green candles coming to PulseChain. We've got the SEC and stuff coming out here, so hopefully we get some resolution. People believe that Richard is going to, like, you know, stream. We'll see about that. Now, look at this, friends. This is me talking to someone, okay? This is me talking to someone. I got my hand on his shoulder. There are guys, I'm saying they're girls, there are Soyboys holding coins that are down 95% right now. They are trying to tell other people what they should do with their money. And then those soy boys and soy girls, they start crying when they realize nobody actually respects their opinion. Zero self-awareness. This can only happen in crypto. Literally. Zero self-awareness. So I want you to look at this picture, friends. This is life advice. No one cares, dude. No one cares. Like, I literally peg my own nipples on the internet. I'm wearing a bull hat. Man! I don't care what you think. I don't care. By the way, why don't I care? The market doesn't care about you, bro. It's going to pump and dump without you. It literally doesn't give a shit. I've seen every single permutation and combination of this. You are literally a fart in the wind. And it's not a metaphorical fart. Like, you're an actual fart in the wind. Won't even be smelled because it's so windy. That's why you can rip them. You can actually rip loud ones when it's really, 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 really windy. No one will hear it. So I'm here to fade the crowd. When someone gives me the crowd's opinion, I yawn. I'm like, boring. What's the point of that? Okay, the cloud's raining. I didn't need you to tell me that, dude. History is repeating. Do you know a year ago, friends, on this point, Richard Hart declared eHEX migrated and dead. He said, stop giving money to Ethereum gas miners. Yeah, he said that. So I was bullish on it. I was fading Richard. Now, at the time, I did not know he was playing 9-dimensional chess. Okay? I stood my ground. I did not know he was actually trying to shake people out. I genuinely thought it was the wrong move. I didn't criticize. I'm like, you know what? You're the smart dude. So I literally said, you know what? You're the billionaire, not me. But I ain't leaving. I ain't leaving. I don't care. I like, okay, you say this. I ain't leaving. I did not think he'd change his mind or whatever. Yeah, I had no idea. Now remember, BankX had 880 million eHEX. Now they only have like 190. So they've lost like 80% of their supply. Pretty much. And they're going to keep selling, right? So shakeout's done, right? I did not know he was shaking him out though. Some of you, some perspective, but look at this, friends. I came out and put my face on the camera and I said, don't care. I'm not getting out. You can't kill it. And it's not a good strategy to like kill one child and stuff out here. So I just stood my ground. Interesting, right? A lot of people did not stand their ground. You know who you are, okay? Literally, all of you wearing the HEX and PulseChain badges, you little bitches, you ran away. Literally, you ran away. You're quoting him. You go, oh, golly gee, guys, I guess eHEX is dead now. Every single one of you know exactly who you are. The look on your face when you saw Richard Hart and me reporting that the origin address staked eHEX. Did you think anything of it, you little bitches? Did you? Did you think maybe 9 months ago you were fighting the shit out of me and you're missing out on life-changing opportunity. 900, literally 900% it went up against Pulse. Literally. So if you use your logic, fading Richard Hart's Twitter made you a 10x on Pulse. Literally doing the opposite. You ever think about that? Well, you can't think. Can you think? No, you can't. Maybe you will be retired in your spirit and your thinking for the news cycle dwellers. Because right now, you as a coward, right? Richard knows you're a coward, by the way. He doesn't respect you, just to let you know. He doesn't respect you. He knows you're just there for a $1 payout and for his Twitter to instruct you to do something. He knows that you have like this daddy fetish where he's got to tell you to do something. He also knows if he takes a holiday, he gets bored of crypto for a year. He wants to go, I don't know, play League of Legends for like 1 year and get his rank up. He knows you're out just as fast as you came in. He knows that. You are literally the weakest link. We don't want you here. Even though a lot of you have like, you know, maybe tattoos and stuff out here and just like, you know, bad tattoos and badges, everything else. We don't actually want you here. You're literally the first person out. You want people who will actually defend the temple. How do you defend the temple, my friends? You defend the temple when you believe in something greater than a man. The idea, like freedom of speech, freedom of movement, US Constitution stuff. Maybe the genius playing 9-dimensional chess actually has infused that into the PulseChain coins. Maybe there are other concurrent coins where you actually have to believe in the tech and you have to go counter to what his Twitter says. So he knows you have been shaken out. If you're still holding it, you are actually one of the believers. Maybe that's it. Run this experiment in your head. You'll be very surprised at the answers you conclude to. If you want your ideas to last longer than you cannot recruit people who just follow your word. You can't do that. You have to recruit people who stand the ground when you change your word and you do a 180 as a test. That, my friends, is the 5-dimensional chess that's happening right now. Okay, so I know for a fact, Richard deletes his Twitter tomorrow and stops streaming. I know you're all gone. You literally leave straight away. Straight away. That would be great. Wouldn't that be a shakeout, huh? I know they'll sell. Richard knows. Richard, you want a mad shakeout? Suspend your Twitter for a month. Don't even tweet. Literally do it for a month. See what they do. I bet they'd be scared. I'd still be here. Why? Because I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of movement. I still believe in them. That's what I sacrificed for. I'm still here for that. I believe the world needs a decentralized stablecoin without a blacklist function. I also believe that, okay? That's why I'd still be here. By the way, you all failed the first test, the eHEX test. There were literally guys who emergency end stake dumped the crap out of it at the bottom there. So there are tests happening right now. Yes, they are higher difficulty level, but don't say no one warned you. And of course, friends, we're going to play some Pumpy G music. Why? Mew! There's a bull market starting, and it's in my pants. That's why. Business ISM will tick up. Interest rates will come down. Oil is already coming down. Inflation is being handled. And if you think all of them are going to go to shit, okay, click sell and leave. Click sell and leave. We'll take back our Pokeballs. We'll take back our Game Boys. Leave the batteries. Now, for everyone else in pDAI as well, friends, I want to let you know this. I think, man, the Atropa ecosystem ratios, they were forced so high. Like, friends, I don't know what's going to be the next move. What if they come and do another capitulation on it? Just, to me, I'll tell you what I've done, okay? And what I would do, you can do what the hell you want. If it's a wrong move, suck shit, okay? I have taken actions on these very, very, very expensive premium ratios versus pDAI, which means, it basically means if you're holding anything in the Atropa ecosystem, okay, if you're holding anything in the Atropa ecosystem, okay, you have received enormous purchasing power. So your chart has gone up versus pDAI. All of them have spiked up. Now you got to think about the next 12 months. Do you think the next 12 months is going to have more net buyers of Atropa or more net buyers of pDAI? That we don't know. Maybe Maria releases stuff and things out here. But I just feel like what we saw was a forceful jamming, a pegging, if you will. It forced the ratio one way. So when I see one big guy, not the natural market, one big guy was catty, right? Forced the ratios one day, according to what Maria wants, okay? I'm looking at it like, man, I don't think the market wants to be up here. I don't think it wants to be up here. In fact, it used to be at 7. So I won't be surprised to see this ratio go back. It was trading at 80. I won't be surprised if it comes back below 15, back down to around 10 over the next 12 months. There's going to be maybe the little fake out waves and things out here like it did down there, but I won't be surprised at. So like same thing with the pWBTC, which can be seen here. This is the pWBTC to pDAI ratio. Remember, it did actually trade up here. I tweeted about it. I let you know my Telegram, right? And why didn't I go make videos and stuff about it? Because who the hell are you? Why would I do that? I'm in. This only lasted for 60 minutes. You know, I know that's why these only last for 60 minutes and everyone's yelling that this thing's going to zero anyway. By the way, it's still expensive. Okay, I made a video yesterday when this happened, by the way. All right, as well. So if you did that, what you can do, friends, is see, I can just, if you want to see the ratio in the other way, you can invert the pair. This is now pDAI to pWBTC. Okay, so now this is the other way. It's pDAI, pWBTC. The pDAI is on top. Let's actually just show you what it is here. This is it. So this is what actually happened. So I bought the dip down here doing this. Like even from down here, I know it was like very, very rare to get it. You're up 589%. You're up like almost a 6x. But actually I did it here again. I made the video, I did it here. You're up 2x on your purchasing power, right? Of doing that. Pretty much that means you can buy back 2 times the Bitcoin that you spent now. So if you converted 1 BTC for a certain portion of pDAI, now you can get back, you can trade it back for 2 purple Bitcoin. But I'm not stopping there. I'm not doing that. I am going to be holding it because I think this thing's going to go all the back and revert. And that chart, I'm just going to invert it again so you can see, because I like doing the pWBTC on top, just so you can see it right now. So I've inverted it again. This is the normal one. Now look at it. I think it's going to come back down here over time. That'll be a squeeze. It'll be pDAI going super strong. No one's looking at pWBTC. By the way, look, it did it before, didn't it? Look what it's done down here. Comes up, comes back down. And look, it comes back and it spikes. It's kind of interesting how these spreads come back, friends. Look how far that spike came back. Isn't it wild? It came back. Look, this was August 2023, man. It came and had this spike. But we know it's happening because of Catty. That's a strange part about these spreads. They come back and like they remember these ratios. They just like squeeze everybody out. Yeah, I think, just guessing, it comes back down here. That'd be funny. So I've taken advantage of those ratios. So if you don't know what to do, you usually just do nothing. But if you do want to participate, you could say to yourself, oh, I'm only going to do 20% or I'm only going to do 10%. Yeah. So for example, if you had 1 pWBTC, it's like $200. You might want to say, oh, I'm going to get rid of 20% of it, sell the 20% into pDAI, and when it gets back here, I'm going to use that to buy it back. And by the way, you will get back about 1 BTC. So if you convert 0.2, you'll get back 1 because you are doing it at 186,000 and it comes back down here. But you don't know if it's going to come back here, by the way. That's why I'm saying, well, what if this thing just goes and zips up again? That's a risk with everything. That's why 90% call, 10% lottery, but these spreads, you don't have to participate in them. I'm just showing you, these give you clues as to what's cheap, okay? Because everything went down. Yeah, everything went down. But this is how you can isolate that, oh, pDAI was cheap here. Because look how expensive pWBTC was going. So that's why you watch me, friends. Highest value content in crypto. Who cares what the Copas think? They're going to keep begging, friends, literally every day. Begging, please, when live stream, when debate, please engage back with me. Please do this. Please do that. No. No. Scum grows when it's watered. Soyboys can't be helped. The market is going to move with or without me, and especially you. Their opinion, friends, their words don't give a shit. And by the way, your opinion is the crowd. Like I said, anyway, there's nothing of value gained. As far as I'm concerned, I don't want to make Jeets bullish too early. Like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.